Hi friends, let us look at life processes continuing. Okay, this is part 3. Question and answers. Describe the excretion process in human beings. Okay, so here what the picture we are showing is the human excretion organs, which are the kidneys. You can see they are in bean shaped. Left kidney has been marked, and the same way there is the other right kidney also. Now you can see the aorta and the vena cava also. Okay, aorta is the artery which takes blood from heart to all other cells. Here it is supplying the blood to the kidneys so that the unwanted products which have been as created as a byproduct of metabolism can be absorbed by the kidney and excreted as number one, which is the piss. Okay, so the aorta or the artery sort of has blood which has materials that needs to be excreted, and after absorbing those unwanted materials, the blood is sent back to the heart via the veins, which is sort of groups which is grouped into vena cava. Okay, and the urine which is produced by the kidneys is stored in urinary bladder. You can see that it's a ellipsoidal object at the bottom, right? And when it is full, because of our nervous system, we feel the urge to pass urine, that is to take a piss, and the piss is coming out of the urethra, the hole called urethra, urethra. Okay, and kidneys walls are full of what are known as nephrons. Okay, nephrons are nothing but coiled tube, small capillaries which are surrounded by blood capillaries. Okay, so the red blood which is shown in the image, in the second image, are the blood which has objects that need to be excreted. Okay, and the blue blood is what the blood after cleaning those unwanted materials is, and that is sent back to the heart. Okay, so from the arteries, the blood having the metabolic byproducts which we don't need come, and they get cleaned up here in the nephron, and it is passed, the blood is the pure blood is passed, the you can see the blue blood vessel, that's the capillary, and the clean blood which is denoted by the blue color is passed back to the heart. Okay, into the veins. Okay, now you can see that the nephron has a bow like shape at the front. It's called Bowman's capsule. Okay, like like a cup like shaped part, and after that it has a coiled tube which is yellow in color. Okay, and finally after passing through all these coiled tubes, the unwanted urine passes through the collecting duct. Okay, and gets collected into ureter and finally into the urinary bladder. Okay, and then it is passed out of urethra. Okay, so to describe it, metabolic activities generate nitrogenous materials which are urea and or uric acid, which gets dissolved in blood, which needs to be removed from the body. The removal process is called excretion, and we are talking about number one here, that is liquid product, which is the piss. Human excretory organs are pair of kidneys, the pair of ureters. Okay, kidneys are bean shaped, red in the image one. You can see one to the left, one to the right. The ureters are yellow tube like shape. You can see left ureter being highlighted in the image. Similarly, there is right ureter also. Then we have a round ellipsoid shape urinary bladder at the bottom, and it is connected to the hole through which the piss flows out, the urethra. Okay, so kidneys are located in the abdomen on either side of the backbone. The basic filtration unit in kidneys is a cluster of very thin walled blood capillaries. These are the red and the blue capillaries which you see in the image number 2, which surround a nephron. Nephron is the yellow structure, yellow coiled tube which you see in the image 2. Okay, so these are very small, and the kidney walls have a large number of such setups. Okay, so each nephron has cup shaped end called Bowman's capsule, and a coiled tube that collects the filtrate. Okay, the kidney has large number of nephrons packed close together. Some substances infiltrate, so anything which is of use is absorbed, like glucose, amino acids, salt, water, whatever can be absorbed is reabsorbed, and the rest, flows out as urine into the ureter, which is the long tube. Urine formed in each kidney eventually enters a long tube, the ureter. Okay, in the image 1 you can see two yellow wires like structures. That is nothing but the ureter. Left ureter is pointed out. Similarly, there is a right ureter also. This connects kidney with the urinary bladder. Urine is stored in urinary bladder until the pressure of the expanded bladder leads the urge to pass it out of the urethra, which is the hole through which number 1 comes, and it is the piss. So this is the description of how the excretion process in human beings work. Describe excretion in a process in plants. Plant waste products such as cellular are stored in cellular vacuoles. Okay, they are stored in cellular vacuoles. These are excreted when the leaves and the dead cells fall off. See, whenever we have plant, we have seen that during the fall season all the leaves fall off, right? So these are nothing but the products that the plant wants to throw away. It wants to excrete it. Other waste products are stored as resins and gums, especially in old xylem, which also fall off. Okay, plants excrete some waste substances into the soil around them. Through the roots into the soil, they excrete some waste also. Excess of O2 and H2O is excreted from leaves. Okay, if you remember, there's a process called transpiration where the water vapor gets evaporated from the leaves. Okay, this is plant getting rid of its excess H2O and excess O2. O2 is an input for human beings, whereas O2 is the byproduct and unwanted product for the plant. Okay, so excess of O2 is excreted out from the plants. Describe the structure and functioning of nephrons. Each nephron has cup-shaped end called Bowman's capsule and a coiled tube that collects the filtrate from the blood vessels surrounding it. See, when the blood flows into blood vessels surrounding it, the unwanted materials are absorbed by this nephron, okay, which is urea and uric acid and all the unwanted materials. Each kidney has a large number of nephrons packed close together. Some substances which might be necessary, such as glucose, amino acids, are reabsorbed, but the rest of the unwanted product moves as urine and flows into the long tube, which is called the ureter. Okay, so this is the structure and functioning of nephrons. How is the amount of urine produced regulated? See, the amount of urine produced in kidneys depends on how much water we have consumed. Okay, if you drink a lot of water, you need to piss many number of times. And also the amount of metabolism, or the urea or uric acid, that is a byproduct which we don't need, gets created, okay, which needs to be excreted. So the more amount of urea or uric acid that our system creates, the more number of times we have to pass the urine. Okay, urine gets collected in the urine bladder, and when we feel the urge to piss, we pass it out of urethra. Okay, this is how the amount of urine is regulated.